What's up and good morning, guys. Welcome back or to the channel. Slowed it down there for a couple of you guys. Everyone was always like, what do you always say, backer? No, it's just like you're saying, are we going left or right? But you're saying back or to. Backer or to. It kind of all slurs together. That's how it comes out like that. But anyway, look at how that ceramic detailer is absolutely killing it. I'll show you the F11 on the truck. So, it rained last night. Here's the ceramic detailer. Look at this. I'm really impressed with this, actually. Look at this. And then here is the F11. Wish you could find a big one. Similar properties on both. I'm gonna go with the ceramic detailer being a little faster, the F11, but the F11 has kept a lot of water off after it rains. It's rained like 2 or 3 times, and every time I come out here, it is a lot drier than the Hellcat always, but still. These things sound so good stock, I can't even like explain. Now there's a reason why I have not taken those mid muffs out yet. Wow, we're almost out of gas too. But there's a reason why I haven't taken those mid mufflers out yet. And that reason being cold air intake. I want to hear the supercharger whine as loud as possible before I put an exhaust on. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, counteracts the exhaust. So I want the supercharger to scream, and when I put the exhaust on, the exhaust is gonna be louder, so it's gonna pretty much sound comparable to stock, but just louder, both of them. So that's why I haven't done the exhaust yet. So for my Hellcat followers, if you put the trans and the suspension on track and the traction on street, I find that you are able to have the most fun you can stock, really. It's quick. And y'all actually probably heard that supercharger too, which is insane. Now I can't wait to hear cold air intake that I ordered last night on this car. It's gonna scream. I am so excited. I am beyond excited. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. Like that, but louder. Whew. This is just the awesome part about like the whole like car community. Like, you don't have to have something fancy, you don't have to have something expensive, you don't have to have something crazy, but you have to have something that you're passionate about, something that your hard work and money and dedication has gone into that vehicle, or you just you buying it is the best thing that's ever happened. Like, I'm just here at this gym and like, look at this little car meet they got going on over there. Got that modded Honda and you got this Nissan. They're probably friends. They park next to each other. They understand what cars are, and that's what's awesome. It's not all about the expense and how fancy. It's just about the passion for cars that everyone understands. All right, this gas guzzler. I got a text the other day that credit card fraud alert, like somebody tried using my card number in like Massachusetts or something. So they wiped that card, and then my other credit card, the magnet strip is bad, but the chip works. So that didn't work. But then I have one more card, but it's a debit card, and it's an account I hardly use, so it was like $20 left in that account. So I put $15 in. We're not gonna get too far. All right, so here's where we are. Obviously the driveway. Truck seat belts are arriving today at Safety Restore. They're getting color swapped, and they should be sent back very soon. Hopefully they'll be here by Saturday or Monday at the latest. We'll get them put back in the truck. So weird, man. I miss driving this thing. Even though I get to drive this awesome vehicle, it's that I do miss driving my truck. So we're waiting on those seat belts to come back for that. Cold air intake is coming for this. That will be awesome. Now with the ATV, I tore it apart last night, tore the carb out. As you can see, it's in pieces here. So this carb here came with a rebuild kit. So I rebuilt it. And then this seal that came in the rebuild kit, which is right here, doesn't really fit. I mean, it's not, here, I'll show you what I'm talking about if I can. It'll sit in here. It's like just a hair too big. Pretty much, fuel was leaking out of the bottom of the bowl here. So what I did is I ordered not only an actual carburetor from a 2003 Kawasaki. Some guy had one on eBay he was selling, so I picked that up. But I also ordered an Amazon one, so we're gonna try them both out. If the Amazon one works, we'll keep the actual Kawasaki one as a backup. But like I said, guys, I want to show you guys the cheapest build possible. That carburetor, I mean, the factory one was $44. The Amazon one was also 40 bucks, but you're not always gonna find a used carburetor off the ATV. You actually have that cheap dealership one. It's like $400 for a new carb off one of these things, which is unreal. Also, in that process, I think the petcock just gave out completely. I've got a bucket here of 93 octane fuel that completely went to waste, which sucks. I think the petcock finally just gave out. I had this tank full and it just pissed fuel right out this line. It was filling up the carb, leaking out the bottom. It was everywhere last night. So I'm doing a fuel system conversion on this. So the way this works is, if you look at that petcock, there's a prime, a reserve, and there's an on. There's no off. What happens is, if the vacuum system or the petcock goes bad, the on position just dumps fuel straight into the carb, which was probably part of the problem as well. So I'm putting a petcock on there that's on, off, and reserve, and then I'm gonna plug the vacuum line. Everyone does it because this vacuum system, they're just known to leak. So that's what we're doing on this. We're converting that, and whenever the parts come, we'll get it running again. First Amazon package for today just showed up. Aha, this is what I ordered. Holy crap, wow. So I ordered my line output converter for charger. I do remember ordering that. I also ordered a 0 gauge wiring kit. Not that I'm going to be pushing that much power, but holy crap, that's some thick wire. That's awesome. 0 gauge wiring kit. And my other Beats actually broke. Finally, after like 10 years, I had the original Beats. Like Gen 1, I had the original ones, and they broke. I was at the gym and everything was all like, with the cord and everything, yeah, old timer here. But I had the cord and it's like started just like cutting in and out, and just like every time I moved my head, it like would cut out. So after like 10 years, ordered myself a new pair of Beats, and this was the loudest color available. There was no lime green, unfortunately. So I went with this second loudest color available, which is all red, everything. I need to clean this. But yes, I ordered the 0 gauge wiring kit for this, so I could finally get this wired up. I do have a Boss Audio amp. Oh, it's nothing special. I really don't want to run it because it's honestly it cuts out. I need to order another amp, but I might be able to actually, you know, if I get bored tonight, I might actually turn that up. I might actually do that. While I'm waiting on this next stuff, I might actually just wire this up, because why not? And then I can always use that amp until it like taps out. I might be doing that right now, actually. Why not? Favorite part about these chargers, the battery is in the trunk, literally underneath this. Oh, front license plate, yeah, don't need that. Road flares, boom, right there. So here's your battery, which is super awesome. All your harnesses and stuff are here too, so wiring this is no problem. That's what's awesome. And for those of you who don't know, these are JL Audio 10W3s. I had one, and then I found one that some guy slightly used, and I bought it, and then I bought the box. Best subs I've ever heard. They hit every note possible. They run at 500 watts RMS each. I have never heard subs hit notes like this, like these do, and they're only 10s. These things are spectacular. They're expensive, but spectacular. Yeah, with our flap out, this is going to give us access to, you know, not only the battery, but we can literally run it up and follow this channel. So it could come out this little slot back here. Awesome. So this is the easiest way I could tell you to operate this 0 gauge wire, because chances are you won't have strippers that big. Wire strippers. Are you ready for my favorite tool? Kitchen scissors is right. And just dig through the the casing. Honestly, it takes time. I've literally just, I'm so used to this, I almost use scissors all the time because I never used to have, you know, I didn't want to buy wire strippers back in the day, so I just got so good with kitchen scissors that I can just, yeah, you gotta improvise, adapt, and overcome sometimes. Okay, so we got the ground wire grounded here, and then we got them we're cleaning them up with some zip ties, pulling them together so it's not a mess. Okay, so next thing to do is we gotta find a remote wire because we're running it off the stock head unit. If you want to hardwire it, you can. I'm gonna test these fuses right here first, and I'm gonna use a fuse tap. Some people are against it, but I'm not. The only thing this is acting as a relay for the amp. So once this gets power from one of these, it's gonna send and kick the amp on, and then it'll allow the 12 volts to come from here and power your speaker. So we're gonna find that next. All right, hit it. Shut it off. Awesome. All right, so on these chargers here, the rear speakers are actually under your lid here, your deck. So here's your plug to the speaker. This is where we're gonna tap in for line output converter. Online, the forums, I think yellow is negative and green is positive, or vice versa. I'm gonna check before I tap, but do that. You're gonna tap in there, and then I'm gonna run the RCAs down so it'll all be set up, ready to go. Okay, so we may or may not have accidentally cut the plug out when I was trying to strip the wire back. We're gonna use that to our advantage here, and we're gonna solder the line output converter to the plug, and then we'll get in there and solder the plug and the line output to the harness in the charger. You guys have chargers out there. Yellow is the negative and green is the positive on the right side of your vehicle. Okay, so now what's gonna happen is this will plug back in the speaker, and this will run to the harness, and then this will run downwards. So mistakes aren't always bad. Okay, so what we got in here is now the speakers plugged back in. We're tapped in. Now these are the grounds. You don't really have to ground it unless you hear interference. I have yet to do so, so we're not going to ground it. You'll also notice that I connected both wires to one speaker. I found same thing, like just like finding out I've never had to ground it. I've always connected to one side of the car. It gives me it gives me the results I need. I've never connected it to both sides. So both positives on the one positive and both negative on the one negative. What we're gonna do next is put our RCAs in, run them down here, have them come out over here, and we can start putting this all back together. Okay, so we got everything all like neat, tidy. We got extra RCAs, so they're zip tied to each other. What we're gonna do now is get everything out of the trunk and put the speakers back in. All right, so everything's in, tidied up, cleaned up. My carb finally came for that. I don't know if I will tackle that tonight or not. Super like I want to, but also super like I don't want to, so I may just push that off and do that tomorrow. So pretty much 0 gauge wire and this amp do not mix. I've got, whew, right now it's just temporarily in here. Don't get mad, don't get all bent out of shape. It's temporarily kind of just shoved in there. That's the best I could do right now. Awfully close to touching. Yeah, I got those shoved in there for now. I'm either gonna order another amp or I don't know what yet. But I did test it already. It does sound good, but let me run you through. Oh my god, I got so much crap in my back seat. I'm so frustrated with crap everywhere. But let me show you guys how to run audio off your stock head unit. So you're pretty much tapped into the rear speakers like that. It's set, ready to go. This is how I run audio off your stock head unit. I put my bass all the way down. So this puts the bass in your speakers all the way down. I see a lot of people make the mistake of running and tuning their amps with that bass in the middle. Half the time, most songs that come on like blow the stock speakers out. So when people have like their new subs in, they'll turn the volume up a little more to hear the subs, but then your door speakers sound like crap. So I cut the bass all the way down and you adjust it on the amp and it sounds so much cleaner because you're getting full bass out of your subs. Door speakers don't have to work hard, and that's that. So that's how I run it. I crank up the treble and the mids a little bit. I'm gonna try and play some music here without getting copywritten. So let's see what we can do. That just sounds absolutely clean.
You know I keep that candy, yeah. I need more like Mandy, yeah.
That is actually pretty darn good. That's also a little bit more than I like even. Once these doors are closed, I probably should close that door. Let me close that door actually.
Oh, I got the horses in the back. And it's gonna be a robbery, so tuck your chain.
So this might be me being me, but like country music on something with subs just sounds like just right.
Let's order up a couple long necks, maybe take it to step or two. Should I really even start? I got hoes that I'm keeping in the dark.
Alright, I'm gonna run through a few songs here, enjoy it, and figure out what I want to do, if I want to disconnect it or not, before I drive to Columbus or not. I really don't like those wires hanging out, but we'll see here. Alright. And this night with at least unboxing this, because shoot, it's getting late. There we go. And the new Petcock. Let's open this up actually. Here is the new Pet. The new one literally has on, reserve, and off, so there's no more vacuum on the on section. It's just gonna literally be on, off, and reserve tank. As you can see, this will be your on and this will be your reserve. So alright, so let's take this out of the package here. So surprisingly, this one actually comes with fuel filters for the line, so that's impressive. I'd be lying if this does not look similar. It looks pretty good to me. So we're gonna, what is this? Is this the airline? Interesting. Anyway, here's our new carb. Not bad at all. I mean, as you can see here, I'll show you guys this in tomorrow's video, but I mean, the carbs look so darn similar. I mean, okay, this is sturdy. This does feel a little lighter. I mean, obviously it's not OEM or whatever, but yeah, guys, we'll see in the morning. I got about 10 seconds left before this card is full, so if you guys haven't been here before, please get down there, click subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, shoot a thumbs up. Take care. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that audio install, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. We'll be finally fixing this quad.